Hey folks, what is going on? Justin Masson here with Nintendo Dads, and we're going to do a live reaction to the Annapurna Interactive Showcase. And folks, I like Annapurna games, and I saw the showcase jump up, and I'm like, this could be interesting. I'm curious what they have got to show. We've got about 1,000 people watching right now. As a reminder for some of the stuff that Annapurna does, that maybe you're like, Annapurna, why does that team sound so familiar? They're the ones behind Neon White that recently came out. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes that was mentioned recently. Where is it? Stray that just came out on PlayStation 5. They have got a really they've got a really big repertoire of games. Cocoon, this is a game that I've been looking at and been interested in as well. That's coming out soon. We've seen Hindsight that has been referenced before. Open Roads. Solar Ash. I think Solar Ash might be coming to the Switch. I think that's a pretty good get. I think Pathless might be coming to the Switch. What else we got here? I also think that they have something to do with, there it is, Outer Wilds, Journey, the Donut County, right? We're seeing games. So they have Remains of Edith Finch. Give me a release date on Outer Wilds, you cowards. All right. But they do a ton of games that come to the Nintendo Switch. And I think that's why this interaction or this event is really kind of important to take a watch of. I'm going to go full screen so when it does come through, you should be able to hear the audio as well. Come on, full screen. There we go. So yeah, I think Pathless, Solar Ash, get a date on Cocoon, Outer Wilds. These are Annapurna Interactive does tremendous third-party or indie support for the Switch, and so I think there's a lot of games that could be coming here. I saw someone in the chat yesterday reference Stray for the Switch. Sure, why not? I think Stray is a popular game right now. It's kind of in the zeitgeist for conversation. I don't know if the Switch can handle it, but I'd love to see some firm dates for some games that, again, they have already introduced or put forward. So that's what I'm hoping for. There's a bunch of information there. I'm always interested in what Annapurna. I don't know how long this is either. I saw it on Twitter yesterday. I don't think they have any date or confirmation on it as well. So lots to happen there as well. So excited, and we are about 20 seconds away. But folks, let me know in the comments what ones or what games are you excited or looking forward to from Annapurna Interactive. Get them in really quickly before they start, right? So that you can say, this is the game that I'm super excited about. But here we go, 5 seconds. Give me some dates. Give me Outer Wild. Let me know, like, coming soon. Give me a date. I don't expect any surprise drops because this is, again, Stray. Opening with Stray? No, opening with some of their offerings. Solar Ash. I don't know what that is. We have seen this before. Pathless. So I don't know if maybe they're providing... That's what Remains of Edith Finch. Outer Wilds, you cowards. 12 minutes. Great stuff. Cocoon. Cocoon looks really interesting. Story of a tragedy. Wow. They just do some really cool games. Sayonara Wild Hearts, of course, Neon White. All right, what do you got? So, I mean, like, are we getting information?
Hello, my name is Kelsey, and welcome to our second annual Annapurna Interactive Showcase. We had the best time sharing all of our latest games and partnerships with you last summer, so this year we're back again to show you what we have in store for 2022 and beyond. Today we'll have about 25 minutes of new reveals, closer looks at games you've seen before, and spotlights on a few developers we are thrilled to be working with.
New reveals.
We want to thank our fans and partners all over the world for making this showcase possible. Let's get started.
Okay. Thirsty Suitors game update. All right, excellent. We like this kind of look already. This kind of the way they're cutting that.
And I'm Meghna Jayan. Welcome to the joyful and surreal world of Thirsty Suitors.
Thirsty Suitors is an action-adventure RPG about fighting your exes, disappointing your parents, and finding yourself. This is Jala.
She's back in her hometown of Timber Hills after a brutal breakup and has to face everything she left behind. Her immigrant parents' tattered expectations, claustrophobic small-town gossip.
Did you love me, Jala?
And the string of messily broken hearts she left in her wake.
The player shapes Jala's story through narrative choices woven through skating, cooking with her parents, and fantastical turn-based combat with her thirsty ex-suitors. Each suitor battle is a battle with the past, as Jala's confronted with her ex's perspective of a narrative she thought she knew.
Let's look at how combat and narrative work together during the battle with Jala's third-grade boyfriend, Sergio.
Third-grade boyfriend, Sergio.
Jala's
Thirsty level high, that's funny.
And builds up her willpower. Taunts reveal your opponent's weaknesses by putting them in a mood.
My mom says I'm irresistible, and my mom is always right.
So let's hit him with a thirsty taunt.
Thirsty taunt?
Now Sergio is in a thirsty mood. His attacks do less damage and have a chance to backfire. When he's in this mood, Jala's thirst skill does way more damage.
In between their attacks and deflections, the player shapes Jala's personality and backstory through choices, which build up her thursona. Just when Jala
Thursona.
thinks she's getting through to
A word I
Sergio,
didn't think
he
I'd hear
pulls her
today.
into his inner world, a psychic landscape where he's the man he imagines himself to be in reality.
What the hell? I can't make a dent.
Sergio's ego makes him invulnerable to attack. What's a girl to do?
Like most South Asian men, all it takes to destroy Sergio's ego is a single word from his mom.
Jala summons the next best thing to help her win this psychodrama battle. Her mom.
Trouble! No!
Okay, interesting.
Jala hits Sergio with a rage taunt, which brings all of Sergio's buried resentments to the surface. Once this weakness is exposed...
This feels like this was definitely like designed or built from a
The
very
battle ends not with a
personal
defeat, but a reconciliation. They've worked
experience
through their
regarding
issues
like
during the battle and can now
feelings
start
towards mothers
Sorry I came
and
off so
relationships and
as friends, or maybe even something more.
interesting.
When Jala needs to clear her head,
I don't
she
know
heads out to the
what
abandoned
system
theme park
this has
just
been
outside
announced
town
for yet. I
to
don't know
go
if Switch is
These
part of
days
the
it's run
offering.
by the bear mascot Soundy.
Soundy.
A creepy cult of skater punk kids.
skating. Our approach to skating is to make it accessible.
Okay, so it's
to
also on a
but also
also
add
got a
enough depth for
skateboard
folks
stuff.
that really want to get into it. The basics are to keep the combo meter going up for high score.
It feels like it wants to do a lot of things.
Extend the combos on rail.
And I sometimes
wall
wonder
rolls,
when you want to
handles,
do a lot
quick
of
turns,
things,
and
do you
ends
do
on combo
anything
finisher for a big score.
great? I don't know if that sounds maybe a little bit rude, but like if you're trying to be a little bit of everything, you know, where is your focus?
We
But the
can't
variety
wait
could be
to
interesting,
join
too.
Jala as she confronts her mistakes, makes up with her exes, reconciles her cultural differences, and becomes the person she was meant to be.
Thirsty Suitors is coming to Steam.
Oh, it is coming to Switch.
And launching into
Okay.
Game Pass. Experience the game for yourself with a Thirsty Suitors Steam demo. Out now.
All right. Okay. Cool. Portland, Oregon. Ah, yes, this could be a good update. Sweet. This is one we do know is coming to the Switch.
It's hard not to think about how time has changed the memory of you. How it will continue to change, to shift, until I'm left with a version I've created in my head. I'm packing things up, clearing out your stuff, sorting through memories that twist and turn, depending on the way you look at them. It's hard not to drift into the past.
Very interesting art style.
To remember everything all at once. Back
Wow.
when you were still here.
We should be getting a release date for that, I think, because that has got to be pretty due. That looks like an emotional journey for sure. August 4th, there you go. Nintendo Switch. Chicago, Illinois. Cardboard computer. Don't know if I heard of this one yet.
Our studio is called Cardboard Computer, and it's just 3 of us.
Well, it's a studio name, Cardboard Computer.
So my name's Jake Elliott. I'm the writer in the studio, I guess, in the team, and I also do a lot of programming. Tomas and I kind of share programming.
It's like art, writing, sound.
I was playing music and some touring and making records. I guess I caught Jake in his last year.
We were at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. All 3 of us were living in Chicago around 2010, I think. Tomas and I wanted to make a video game, and we had a few other ideas before we settled on Kentucky Route Zero.
Oh!
Went on for the second act, I think, and that was in the spring of that same year, because we were somehow managed to release the second act in a few months.
Really? This is their follow-up?
It would be Friday night, and we'd be like, okay, I bet if we worked all night tonight, I bet we could publish this game tomorrow morning. And we were like, okay. We would work all night, and it wouldn't be quite done. We'd be like, okay, but I bet we could do Sunday. I bet if we kept going, you know? And it didn't end up being possible, so we had to adjust our expectations a little bit.
7 years, with like another 3 years before that. Learned a lot about our own processes, and I think that's still kind of carrying over into the new project.
New project.
Right after
Okay.
KRZ came out, I think we moved directly into this new game.
But the idea has been kicking around for years.
Maybe as old as KRZ.
We're working on a new project. It's the first project we're really seriously focusing on performance as like kind of a core part of the piece.
KRZ, it's like very still, there's not a lot of animation, everything is sort of like these slow, idle tableaus.
That's very
so
cool.
We're sort of doing a lot of R&D with making it more lively.
This is a version of like fully animated characters that we can do as a 3-person team, basically. This workflow is already just so exciting.
This time we have a lot more knowledge going into it.
The beginning of Kentucky Route Zero was a more staggered sort of development, and now we've known each other for so long, and we're so comfortable with each other, and I think that informs making
that's
the new
cool.
work in a way that feels substantial and exciting.
The new game, it's about a different tempo. It's faster and hopefully funnier. And
There's comedy in KRZ,
but it's a tragedy.
but it's a tragedy. It's not a tragic comedy though.
No, it's just a tragedy, yeah.
Yeah, just a tragedy.
Okay, very cool. Bounty Star. Oh, that's a game reveal. Okay. The Morose
I
Tale.
thought I was done with this life. But I suppose that's not my privilege.
I'm going to say
to
this is
possess.
not a Switch game, judging by the graphics already.
Some skill sets are a curse. Maybe someday I'll find the peace in that. Sadly, today is not that day.
Oh, cool. Big mech shooter. Looks tight though. Like it looks like your range of vision and your scope is tighter than like some mech games are really pushed out so you get a lot. This actually might be a Switch game then. It could be.
I hope tomorrow is
That looks cool. Not a shock. Developer Spotlight. Okay, Yarn Owl. Right on.
A Link to the Past was the reason I got into making video games.
Okay.
It was from my dad. He passed away, and that was one of the last things that he left. I came back to it when I was in my early teens. It was just a really sentimental and emotional experience. And when I beat it, I was like, oh man, I really want to make an experience like this for someone else. So I started to make my own game, and I would stream the whole process. And I had a pretty active community on Twitch, and Chris was one of the first people. I was thinking, how am I going to make this game alone? Then one day, he started typing in my chat. He said, do you have a mic? That's how it all got started.
Hey, I'm Chris Hoffman. I'm the programmer at a company that Fabian and I started called Yarn Owl. I work in Austin, and Fabian works in Atlanta. We've been working full-time on the project together for a little over a year and never met.
And never met.
Hey,
That's awesome.
How's it going? Alma, this is Fabian.
First time I'm meeting Alma.
She's very excited about all this.
Very excited. Like, I've talked to Alma as much as I've talked to Chris.
That's cool.
You know, you can hold it again to charge again, and you can hold it again to charge again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
After work, we both come home and start working on the game. Then at the end of 2020, I shot him a message one day and I said, hey, are we really gonna make this game? He said, yeah. I quit my job that day, and then in 2021, we started Yarn Owl.
I was like, man, he is fully on board. So from
That's
that point,
cool.
I just figured that he would be the best person to work with.
Those kind of stories are cool.
He does
I hope the
everything
best for
code
these,
and I do
these
everything
gens.
We'll just hop in a meeting for like a good hour, but then it ends up being like 3 hours, 4 hours, because we get excited just talking about different ideas. It was definitely emotional. Now all of this is happening and all of this is real. If I didn't
That's
get a
very
Link to the
cool.
Past from my dad, or even Wind Waker later from my mom, just getting those games as a kid is what motivates me now to want to make an experience just like that.
That's awesome. Oh! Give me a Switch date.
It's been a little while, and I just wanted to reassure everyone that no, you did not collectively hallucinate our announcement of Outer Wilds for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, good. Thank you.
It's possible we were a bit over-optimistic on the time frame.
Yeah.
At this point, it's possible we just fundamentally misunderstand the Gregorian calendar, but
Yes.
it's still happening.
Both of
and
those.
we're working hard to bring a great version of Outer Wilds to the Switch.
When?
Thank you for your patience. We'll have new info for you as soon as possible.
Are you kidding me?
With that said, we also have some good news.
Could you just... I recognize I could play this on Game Pass. I know. Now I'm just fundamentally like, I am dug in. Coming September, that's not even... That's not the news I was looking for. Not the news I was looking for. The Pathless, coming to Nintendo Switch. And Xbox, by the way. September. Oh, winter, there you go. Got it. Knew that one was coming. That'll be cool. I've been saying that one's coming to the Switch for a while. That's great. Maquette? Don't think I know this one. Cool. Great. Just don't know that game. Solar Ash coming to Nintendo Switch.
Intensifies my pain. Your blind ambition.
Yep.
All your good intentions. Everything you touch turns to ash.
Oh, Steam. Okay, not Switch. Okay, I was expecting Switch. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe they've got a different date for Switch. Well, because they've got a date for Game Pass. But do they have a game for date for Switch? Like if you know. No? Okay. Oh, I was thinking Solar Ash was going to come to Switch, but maybe later. What's Beloved Clyde? What's Edith Finch? This is Edith Finch. I have not played this, and I have it. Like, I've downloaded. I got it on sale once. I just haven't played it yet. Part of my backlog problem I have. What remains? I'm saying what's eating Edith Finch? No, what remains of Edith Finch? Available now. Okay. Upgrade now for free. Ah, we're heading over to Germany. Germany, you say?
For a long time, I didn't even know that I wanted to make games. And I always loved writing stories in school and learning about the mechanics in video games. At some point, I just thought, okay, maybe I can combine those two things.
I'm a computer kid. I liked working in these creative programs, and those were the first steps of kind of like expressing myself.
My name is Kai, and I'm a writer and one of the co-founders of Third Shift.
I'm Fabian.
Third
I'm
Shift.
the artist and one of the co-founders of Third Shift.
Okay, so that's probably the studio's name.
Right now we are in the west of Germany, in my apartment, which is at the same time the headquarters of our little company. When we started thinking about our project, we did a lot of brainstorming actually on this balcony here. And this was when the idea was born.
Forever
Ago is
again.
a
Forever
story-driven
ago.
road trip adventure game.
Oh,
where you
this looks
play as Alfred, an elderly man who
Annapurna
embarks on a
Interactive does
journey
such a
in
good
his
job
trusty
at
van.
finding narrative-driven
The story is
stories
inspired
that
by
are
the
emotional.
trip I took down the Pacific coast. Fabian and I were always interested in the diverse landscapes in North America.
This looks
and
great.
That's where a lot of the inspiration came from.
That's very wow.
When Kai was about to go on this road trip, he asked me to lend him my camera. After he came back, he shared that book with me, like as a thank you.
Oh,
This was
very
actually
cool.
taken in the middle of nowhere. You can drive for hours on end, and there's just no one. And this was just crazy to see.
Yeah, we have a scene just like this in the game.
That's great.
Alfred was the first thing we had.
Character model of Alfred didn't always look like this. This is what Alfred used to look like. We started redesigning Alfred and making him a little bit more lifelike.
Alfred's main purpose is to document this trip. Usually the games that stuck most with us are story-driven games.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to
That's very
see
cool.
when
I
people
like the
actually
look,
play
like-
this thing in the future.
Wow.
And I hope this will be very soon.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a very cool looking game. London. Flock game reveal. Okay. Hollow Ponds. Okay. All right. Nice. Got a little bit of a Bug Snacks vibe to it, a little bit. Kind of a cool art style. Couldn't tell you what the game is about. Couldn't tell you the objective. Of course, to be really honest, I don't know if the last game I could really tell you the objective or what it's about, other than exploring the coast of North America, or the country. Santa Monica Studios, a cult classic, finally on PC. Oh. Okay. What is this? I'm kind of still expecting Journey to be announced for Nintendo Switch, and it still hasn't. That's quite the game to still be absence. Ho hokum? Ho hokum? Okay. All right. Going to LA. Game teaser. Umilia? Not 100% sure. Oh, nice. Oh. Game from the creator of Katamari Damacy. More to come. When? Where? Dublin. Developer Spotlight in Dublin.
Making games is a process. You try and guide it, but you're trying to guide like a gushing river. Often people reach for stories they've already heard. We really want to pull from our own experience as much as possible because it feels the most kind of real. I'm Laura. I'm the director at Dreamfield.
Ireland. Oh.
This is the Hellfire Club. Way back when Dreamfield started, this is one of the first places we came for like research.
Ireland is full of ruins, and those ruins speak to a history of violence sometimes, a history of change as well.
Dreamfield started as a label for my own work, and then I met Leah.
It was just going to be a few sessions, but it turned into like a full-time week just exploring.
We developed loads of ideas, and one of them became If Found. Suddenly there was a dynamic. We're like playing off each other, and then as more and more people come in, kind of like grows its own identity. I think like creativity is when you bring like one like random idea from here and one random idea from somewhere else and like see how they could join or like what they could do together. And when you have lots of team members, that just happens. It's really important to me that we have the energy and we enjoy it when we come here. So like today, instead of showing computer screens, I wanted to show like Dreamfield as like all of these people coming together. The new game is set in kind of like a fantasy version of Ireland. Probably the most obvious
Very
first
cool.
detail is that all the characters are cats.
Okay, interesting.
I think art-wise we have something very unique. We have themes that I think are very relevant these days about coming together in the face of adversity.
Everything drowned will someday rise from the deep. The eerie message and theme of our game.
Wow, okay.
Lots of cute cats.
The goal is to be creative together and make something that is worthwhile.
Well, I think what's fantastic about Dreamfield is that whether you're working on the music or the art or the programming, you're really invited to like bring your best to the table. Everyone kind of leaves a mark on it, which is really nice.
In a lot of ways,
cool.
I think Dreamfield has become more polished as we've gone on. I think this game will feel more polished even compared to Found, but I hope that we still bring that edge of like exploration and adventure into it.
That's cool. That's very cool. Brighton, UK. The Lost Wild game reveal. Ooh. Looks like Jurassic Park. P.S. This is definitely not a Switch game. Great Ape Games. Oh, that's... Yeah, this is like first-person Jurassic Park. Oh my gosh. This could be terrifying. That looks awesome and terrifying all at the same time.
Thank you so much for tuning in to our second annual Annapurna Interactive Showcase. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all again next summer.
Very cool. Some very cool things announced there or mentioned. The thing I do kind of like about the Annapurna stuff is like it's, hey, here are some things you're gonna be playing, soon. Here are things that are teases like that last one or long developments, but like first kind of looks like you're at various levels in it. they do a very tight show. They do a very good show, and I was happy with that. That was great. Thanks for watching. Well, thank you for inviting us. That was very kind of you. Yeah, let's see. We'll go back a little bit and see if we can find stuff. Oh, there's too far into the showcase. Let's see. Yeah, there's the, what is it, the Suitors game, right? Start off with that one. Yeah, Thirsty Suitors, I didn't care. I thought it looked okay. I know it's just not my game, but that's cool. I'm glad somebody's, I'm sure. They did a pretty good deep dive actually with that. I mean, all the way into controls as well. Hindsight, they talked about that there. Right, where is it? Right there. Yeah, they talked about Hindsight, which I thought was really cool. A compelling story, again, compelling narrative story. Cardboard Computer, the folks that brought you Kentucky Route Zero. I'm very interested to see what their next project is. I think that'll be cool. I thought, where is it? This looked cool. Bounty Star, the Morris Tale of Graveyard Clem. I wish that was coming to the Switch. That looks amazing. I would love that. I think that's definitely my game, but happy that it's going somewhere else. That may have me enough that I want to, I don't know. Will I pick up an Xbox for that game? Probably not, but I thought this development story here with these two gents was, I thought, really, really great to kind of see their story of how games come together and how we can be connected and find our way in games coming together. I thought that was cool. Outer Wilds, like legit. Come on, Outer Wilds. And I here's the thing I am going to say. I love their honesty of like, hey, you didn't hallucinate. Hey, we're so far, we're behind. Hey, we don't know how a calendar works. Cool. Right. And their commentary of like, hey, we've got an update eventually or soon. Like, this is where you should have had that update. This is where you should have said, and the game is coming out on September 15th or whatever it is. Because you did announce an update for it on, coming to Xbox and other consoles on September 15th. And again, making games is hard. I get that. I don't know everything that's involved in there, but like, frick. Like, this is when it should have said like Nintendo Switch and free update on the 15th for these folks as well. That's frustrating. Marquee was next. I think that was next. Some platform updates. Yeah, I thought not Solar Ash, I apologize. Pathless, no shock there. That's coming to Switch. I've heard great things about it. I think that's been on my list for a while of it's going to come to Switch eventually. Overall, I'll actually just... Yeah, I thought there was some brilliant stuff here. I thought there was some really, I thought Annapurna did...
And those were the first...
I thought this game looked super cool.
Kind of like express...
As well. So I'm very excited to kind of see that when it comes out. I'm going to stop. Hit pause. Stop playing. Oh, there you go. Thanks for tuning in. Let me just hold on a second here. All right, folks, that has been my reaction to the Annapurna Interactive Showcase. Let me know in the comments below, what games are you most excited for? I think Annapurna does some fantastic games. I thought this was a great showcase. I thought it was really tight, really concise. I thought, again, they did various degrees of, hey, this game is ready. Hey, this game is not ready. Here's a teaser. Here's some behind the scenes. Here's where you're expecting. Here's some moves to platforms. I thought they did a really tight show. I love that kind of map and showing where they were going and what it was as you came into it. It was like, this is a first look. This is a new platforms. I thought that was really, really smart. Again, a tight 25 to 30 minutes. A lot of developers and publishers could really look at Annapurna and say, how do we do that more effectively? Folks, that's it. That's all. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for dealing with my slight mental breakdown on Outer Wilds. I appreciate it. Hey, again, if you're new here, like, click, subscribe, all that stuff. We've got Nintendo Dad's content for you almost every single day of the week. I appreciate you. Take care. Bye-bye.